Hi, this review is for flight BA0175 from London Heathrow to John F. Kennedy in New York City. It was a group trip, but unfortunately a couple of people had to drop out just a couple of days before the flight, and it required calls to customer services for us to check in effectively before the flight. Now, that was a bit of a mixed bag. We had good customer service on some of the calls and less good customer service on others. But the check-in process at the airport, that was very straightforward. Unfortunately, there was a technical problem though once we boarded the flight. Now, I've got to say, on one hand, that was negative because we didn't get into the air for 90 minutes after the scheduled takeoff time. However, on the other hand, the BA staff kept us informed about what was going on, and we felt like we knew what was happening. And I think that communication process was very positive. In the meantime, I simply played with the in-flight entertainment system and got to know what was on offer. I love to play with the 3D maps, but I found that the screen was not particularly responsive. So unfortunately, that was a bit mixed. However, using the handset, that was a bit more positive, and I could navigate through there, check out what was availability in terms of the films and the sound, the audio, and there was plenty there to keep me busy. We had to de-ice prior to the flight, and that was a bit of a surprise. We got into the air about, as I said, 90 minutes later than anticipated. So on one hand that was disappointing, but I guess on the other hand, a lot of people were simply just glad to get in the air and get going. And I thought that the BA staff dealt with it very well. They came around pretty quickly with a drinks service. Now that was lovely because we were then in the air and away. And prior to the flight, I'd actually gone online to just simply try out booking a special meal. That process, very straightforward, it worked well. I chose the kosher meal, and I think that the food that was served was tasty and much better than a normal in-cabin economy meal, the kind of thing that most people were getting served around me. It was a very smooth flight. The staff were good. I found that they were personable. Chatted with the guy that was bringing the food through. That was lovely. There was a bit of a rapport, and I felt welcome aboard the flight. Generally, the British Airways staff made me feel welcome. I enjoyed the flight. It was smooth. I read, chatted. We got into New York slightly later than anticipated, but time was made up. We were an hour late, but on the whole, I would rate the flight and the experience of flying with British Airways as a positive experience.